I'm here at Luvin Arms Animal Sanctuary in Erie, Colorado to find out more about two really amazing pigs, Frankie and Arnie, two pigs that saved themselves. To learn more about the miracle pigs, I talked to the first person to see them on that fateful day.
So I was just finishing up an enrichment session in the second bird barn with a volunteer, and we were over at this fence admiring our horses, and one of our horses was pacing back and forth, acting kind of unusual, and it made me take a second look. And as I looked further to the right, two baby pigs are running down this road coming from this way towards the sanctuary, and I was very, very confused because we have pigs, but we don't have baby pigs. I immediately called our care lead and said, there are two baby pigs running onto the property right now. I think you should come down here. She was just as confused as I was, kind of questioned what I was saying to her, and I said, just come down here. So she came down and brought some staff members with her, and we took the pigs into the barn and tried to get them comfortable, and they were pretty dehydrated and tired and confused themselves. We immediately took them in as our own, and really they saved themselves. We're surrounded by farms that use animals for profit, so it's really a blessing that they walked onto this property.
A blessing, indeed. It turns out that Arnie and Frankie were being raised for meat on a neighboring farm, and they escaped not once, but twice. The first time they were brought back, the second time they made it to sanctuary. The strength of their bond and trust in one another brought them to safety at Luvin Arms.
So this is Arnie. Arnie is a very special man. He's super funny. He loves belly rubs more than anything. He trusts humans with all of his heart. Arnie really brings the best out of Frankie, and she has just like blossomed into this beautiful girl with Arnie by her side. A pig family is really what makes them strong and makes them more comfortable. If she came here by herself, she wouldn't be the type of pig that she is.
We see in Arnie and Frankie the bond of brother and sister. They help each other grow into the best versions of themselves.
The same with older siblings, younger siblings, they can make you stronger in many ways and make you want to try new things and experience new things.
We need siblings to make us stronger and better and explore things.
But it's really the same for all species too. Pigs, need those relationships to really bring out the best of who they are.
Madeline has been with them since the day of their arrival. I wanted to know what it was like to see them grow up.
I was able to be with Arnie and Frankie when they experienced their first snow. We shut the door when it's cold a lot so they stay warm. So once the snow accumulated a little bit, I let them outside and they loved it. It's just like a human baby or a human child experiencing their first. It's really exciting to experience their first with them.
While Madeline and I were chatting, there was a long rumbling sound that erupted through the barn. And that's when I realized, yeah, I think it's time to feed the pigs. Oh, yeah, hi, Felix. Okay, we're gonna feed everybody. The pigs were anxiously awaiting their food, so we had to get to work. Luvin Arms feeds their pigs a mixture of produce, supplements, and pot-belly pig food. This actually looks pretty good. This helps them maintain a healthy weight so they can be more mobile in their old age, because pigs at Luvin Arms live out their real lifetimes.
Piglets! Hey guys! They're so cute.
After all that work, I just couldn't wait to see if they approved of my cooking. Yes, Frankie, are you enjoying that? Have an apple. It's just fantastic. I mean, they're so happy, and they know their food's gonna come, and it's gonna be delicious, and people are gonna take care of them. It's so good to see animals that are so in tune with the people around them and the other animals that they live with. It's amazing how quiet everything gets when they're eating, as opposed to where it's so loud you can barely hear yourself. Now that it had quieted down, I wanted to learn more about the pork industry. Pigs do have a natural lifespan of 10 to 12 years, but they are slaughtered for meat much earlier.
Pigs generally are slaughtered before they reach a year old. So Arnie and Frankie are roughly a year old right now, and you see they probably had been already slaughtered at this age.
So they would be dead.
Yeah, they definitely, feed them a lot of grain and make them put on weight really quickly and then end up sending them to slaughter.
Right.
So they would be probably about twice the size that they are right now.
But just because they're half the size of factory farm pigs doesn't mean they don't love their food at Luvin Arms. Frankie and Arnie, what do they like?
Arnie and Frankie both love greens, and then they're big fans of pumpkin. We actually almost named Frankie Pumpkin because she loves it. It was one of the first things that they ate when they got here.
Well, I'm glad they're here.
Me too.
At this point, I'd heard about their rescue, their personalities, and their diet. But I wanted to learn more about an innovative program unique to Luvin Arms.
Clicker play is this process we use to teach the animals desirable behaviors. So we use this clicker here, and we mark a desired behavior with this click. And when the animal hears that click, they recognize that the behavior they just performed is a positive one, is one that we are asking them to do. And because of that, they get positively reinforced with their favorite treats.
Clicker play has 4 main benefits. First, it builds trust between animals who have suffered abuse and humans. Second, it gives animals a choice in their handling and medical care. Third, it provides essential cognitive stimulation. And fourth, it's a powerful educational tool to show people just how intelligent these magnificent animals really are. I was so excited to hear what Arnie and Frankie are working on.
Because they're highly motivated by food, we're trying to get them to kind of control that excitement a little bit and really reinforce waiting for their food, going to the source of their food, which is their bowl or their mat. It really helps the care staff manage their feeding time and their treatment time as well. So this is Frankie, and a typical clicker play session with her involves a few different things. Right now we have her place, which is this snuffle mat. We also have her bowl. I have my pouch, my clicker, and anytime she interacts with that place, I click and I reinforce back in her bowl. And again, she knows I have the treats, but the bowl is where she gets her food. She goes to her place,
Good girl.
I click, a treat. She knows now that that's where she gets her food, and she just has really good manners. She goes right to her bowl and she knows that's where she's getting reinforced.
So can I try?
You can. Here, I'll give you some hay pellets.
Okay.
Is you can hold those above Frankie's head and say, sit.
Frankie, sit.
Good, she sits, I'll click. You can throw it in there.
I was amazed. I'd never seen a pig sit like that before.
Her sitting really helps the care staff, right? You see them climb up on the fence when they're excited for their dinner. You ask them to sit, they sit, you can enter the fence and give them their food in a lot more respectful, safe manner. Good job, Frankie. Now when tours are walking by or volunteers, she'll go by the fence and sit just to see if she can elicit any treats. These are so sweet.
Adorable.
A good opportunity to work on while they're young is to do some of their handling. With Frankie being young and a little bit calmer and not as big, we can work on getting her used to handling treatments. If she has to have her hoofs trimmed, right? If I were to do this on a bigger pig, they sometimes don't like it so much. And when they don't like it, they have ways of telling you that they don't like it. We've been starting to work on touching her hooves and getting her comfortable with hoof treatments in the future. And we hope, by the time she's as big as these pigs that will pay off and she's comfortable with those treatments.
I was astonished by Frankie's intelligence. How smart can pigs be?
So pigs actually have a higher intelligence than all dog breeds. They also have a comparable intelligence to 3 to 5-year-old children. And a study that I read actually that I'll never forget is they simulated a video game, and they had pigs, dogs, and other animals. Pigs were the highest performers of moving a joystick, simulating a video game. So they have a very high intelligence.
I believe that animals have a different kind of intelligence, which allows them to understand emotions and feelings in a greater way than we do. Just look at Frankie and Arnie. These two pigs personify friendship. I mean, these are loyal friends. No, they took a big chance walking down that road. Frankie didn't leave Arnie, and Arnie didn't leave Frankie. They came as a pair because they're true friends. And that's the relationship we need to have with all animals. Our fellow animals are here as our teachers. We need to pay attention to the sparrow that falls, because if we ignore that, it is at our own peril. I truly believe that when people know better, they'll do better.